is something which blurs the screen for due to optimization. So when I uncheck this option, probably you will see that the chat window has gone invisible, right? So in that case, what happens? When the participants are asking me the questions, and when I answer the questions, generally you don't hear the questions, right? And you hear a random answer. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the questions as well, and I'm going to answer the questions, right? So I'll be doing both the things. So I'll be taking your name and the question and the answer. Now, so this was beautiful, right? Now the second point here is that try to be as low as you can on questions, right? Only ask me questions which are important, and due to which you think that you may find trouble in learning or implementing the concept. So please do ask me the questions, and otherwise I'll be giving you some time at the end to ask me more questions. And in case, let's say, if I'm not able to answer your questions in the meantime, so I'll be asking the upGrad team. Here I have a very good coordinator with me, Mr. Ashish. He'll be sending me all the text chat content, and I'll be replying, and I'll be sending the answers to you via email, right? So definitely I'll try my best to handle as much as I can, right? So in this session, what I'm trying to be simple in delivering the content. I'm trying to be precise. I'm trying to be exact, accurate. Apart from that, I want to be in a flow, right? So I want to be in a flow. Yes, I'll be asking you some confirmations in the middle, exactly like have you understood or not kind of thing. So I'll be giving you chances for that. Okay. Yeah, Rahul, that's what I'm trying to say. Mr. Abhiram, you said that do we need to install Visual Studio Code? It's not at all mandatory. You can simply work on Jupyter. Thank you. So I'll just start with my session, right? So this is a beautiful session. I'm hoping that from my last session, you must have practiced some sort of question, some sort of programming you have done. So people who are beginners, right? People who are beginners, I'm very much expecting them to do the practicals, because without practicals, you cannot master. Because there is a saying that it takes 10,000 hours to master something. So you can imagine that you need to buckle up, right? So you need to uh, increase your pace for learning this thing. And in today's session, we're going to learn so many things here. So I'll just start with my presentation, right? I'll take care of beginners as well, right? Okay. All right. So here we go, right? I hope my voice is loud, my voice is clear and audible to all of you, right? So just, yeah, a lot of questions are there, right? A lot of questions are coming in the chat window, right? While I'm doing the practicals, you will automatically I'll answer all the questions, right? So I'm just proceeding further, just allow me, right? Thank you. Okay, now especially this is dictionary, guys. First of all, I want you to have a look at a dictionary, right? I want you to have a look at a dictionary. So here, when you say dictionary, basically in dictionary, what is special is that list and tuple both are holding scalar values, means individual values, right? List and tuple both are holding individual values like this: apple, banana, cherry, right? So these are individual values. But here, if you observe the commas here, right? Before every comma, there are two things which are maintained here, right? Before every comma, because you are a beginner, that's why I'm just highlighting this part very much. Before every comma, can you observe two values here, two things here, right? But here, before every comma, you can see only scalar or singular values, right? So basically, dictionary is a data set or data structure which basically holds the objects or the items in the form of key and value, right? Key and value, key and value, key and value, right? So this is dictionary, right? So this is a kind of data structure that we use in Python for managing two things, right? One can be the key and second can be the value. I'll give you the example like this: one, Ram; two, Sham, assuming a employee and name; three, Rohit. So you can see here key and value. So in such situations, when you are supposed to handle, you know, multiple values, multiple things. So one can be the key and one can be the value. In that case, the dictionary data structure is suitable. Okay. Uh, I will answer all the questions, right? Just allow me. I will answer all the questions. Just allow me. Okay. So a dictionary is a collection which is unordered, changeable, and indexed. In Python, dictionaries are written with curly brackets and they have keys and values, right? I'll come to each and every point, but just observe, right? Just stick to this thing. Observe the curly bracket first of all, right? So I'm just recounting everything. In list, we were having square brackets. In tuples, we are having parentheses, and in dictionary we are having curly brackets. So just telling you the beginners, right? Just telling you the starters, guys, how you identify what thing is that, how you identify that thing. So first of all, you need to learn the identification, right? Learn the identification first of all. And in my practicals, I'll tell you each and everything. Just allow me, right? Let me cover this basic fundamentals. We're going to do it in two phases, right? The theory part and the practical part. So let me get into the practical part. Okay. So here we go with the practical lab session, right? So I'm just going to start with the session, the practical lab, and I will cover each and every questions of your, right? So in case your question is answered, you can simply send a yes or thanks or done kind of message, right? So that I just confirm. So guys, once again, thank you everyone. Uh, yeah, I will. Okay, so I'm going to start with an Anaconda Navigator. I hope everyone is aware of how to work on this beautiful distribution. So I'm going to start with the Jupyter part here. Right, so here it goes like. So I'll try my best to explain you. What you need to do is you need to be parallel with me, right? Be parallel with me, and we'll have a lot of learnings and practicals, and we'll enjoy this session a lot. Whatever you are saying, everyone, I'm telling you that I'm answering in one situation, one answer. That is 95 to 99% of whatever you're asking is possible. So when somebody says, is it possible? Yes, that is possible, right? So how to do that? We'll see it in the practical labs, right? I cannot handle individual problems of all the participants, but as per the session I have planned, mostly I'll cover all the topics, right? So let's get into it. Where are you? Jupyter, it's here. So here we have Jupyter here, right? I'm going to start with a new notebook here. And here I'm going to just simply put in a name, Python DS. All right, so here we goes like, okay. I hope this Zoom is good for everyone. Let's. All right, so here we have some things to cover, right? So you can see here, I'm telling you about the list here, right? So a list is basically a collection of values. So when you have, a huge set of values, you use a list, right? So in a situation when you have huge set of values, right? So values can belong to different data types in a list. So in a list, if you are adding some values in a list, so it can contain the values of different data types, right? So in a single list, you can have integers, you can have strings, you can have floats, you can have booleans, you can have that thing. So a list can contain another list. I'll show you it in the practical exactly, because I'll show you it like this, okay? 1, 2. Okay, just look at this expression, right? It may sound difficult for you, but I'll repeat it once again. So you can see here, this expression is basically what? A list containing multiple lists. Can you see, right? Just trying to be, just explainable, right? Explanatory to you, right? In case if it is not understood, I'll repeat it once again in my practical, right? Just helping the maximum I can. Now the final part is that list is mutable, right? List is mutable. What does it mean? It means that you can edit the values in a list, right? So if there is a value called apple, you can simply change it to grapes like that, right? So let's create a list here, right? So I'm going to create a list here: apple, mango, banana, cherry. So guys, this is a list here, right? A list. Why it is a list? Because you can see a square brackets here, right? Like that. Now, I'm just going to print this list here like this. So you can see it is printing. Now, you may be thinking that, we are working with static values. Yes, we start with the static values, but once you feel comfortable with the static values, we move to the dynamic allocation, right? We move to how to dynamically add the values. I will definitely move to that. Just allow me, to to cover all these fundamentals, right? Because I believe that all participants are not at the same stage. So guys, everyone, is the concept of list clear here? Yes, everyone, right? I have intentionally used these single quotes and double quotes here, right? I have intentionally used these single quotes and double quotes because both are same and both are allowed, right? So there's no difference between these double quotes and single quotes. So everything is string here, right? Yeah, Raj, input function will be taken later. That's true. So Thamlika, there's a question. What do you mean by order collection? Basically means it basically means that in the order, in whatever order you add the values, the same order will be maintained in the list. This doesn't happen with the dictionary. Now, fine, everyone. There was a lot of questions on list, right? There was a lot of questions on list, so that's why I had to start with the fundamental of list, right? But I'm supposed to start with loops, guys, right? So loop is something that I need as a prerequisite before proceeding further with the list, right? So I hope I have satisfied a lot of minds here who are very curious about the list kind of thing, right? Yes, so please allow me to follow my sequence so that I can tell you about loops first of all, and then I'll come back to list, right? So that was just a satisfaction session for you. I'll proceed with the loops part first. Just give me some 5 or 10 minutes to complete the loops part. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your patience, right? I sometimes I also appreciate your behavior. Just a joke. Okay, guys, loops, right? So I'm just going to work on this. So I believe that everyone is familiar with the loops, and I will be requiring loops, to extract the values from the list or the tuples. I'll be, requiring the loops to, iterate through all the collections. So that's why I need loops first of all, right? And especially there are some people which are really care about when somebody says I'm a beginner. So it's really a alert for me to be, attached to the participants so that they can learn things also. All right, so here we're talking about the loops here. So here we have for loop and while loop mainly, right? We don't have do while loop here. So I'll be talking about the for loop here, right? Okay, so just bear with me, right? Just bear with me. Okay, so before that, I'm going to tell you about something called range function. This is a range function, right? It generates numbers from 0 to length -1, right? So the output of above function is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So just get this, guys, right? So this is a range function, right? And what it does, it generates numbers, right? And by default it starts from 0 and whatever number you've given till length -1. So what it is going to do, it is going to generate this series, right? So this is its behavior. You need to understand the behavior. Now, as you have understood the behavior, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the expression to this x in. Now, what this expression basically means, this expression basically means that all the numbers will be assigned to x one by one, right? So all the numbers will be assigned to x one by one. So if the first value of x will be 0, right? It's like this. Now, for x in numbers, this expression basically means all the numbers are going to be assigned in x. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to replace that expression with this expression. This expression is same as this expression. The only thing is that you will not see these numbers getting extracted externally or on your screen. So this extraction is going to happen internally. You got it, guys? Right? So this is how it goes like. Now this for loop demands this colon as part of its syntax in Python, right? So you're supposed to put a colon here. And in Python, the very important part, especially for beginners, we don't have curly brackets here, right? We don't have curly brackets in Python. What we have is something called indentation, right? Indentation. So what does indentation basically means? You can see it here, colon, enter. So you can see here that one tab is automatically taken here, right? See, one tab. It is not going to the beginning of the line, right? Like this. So this tab basically shows that I am within for loop, right? I am within for loop. So when I say print x, so what it is going to do, it is going to iterate through all the numbers. All the numbers from range function are going to assign to x, and it is going to print x. After every new assignment, the old value will be overwritten. So guys, can I ask you the output of this for loop? Yeah, good. 0 to 9, right, Jyoti? 0 to 9. See, 0 to 9, right? 0 to 9. So you need to understand this thing, right? So this is called generator function. Generally, it is called generator function in Python. This is one of the concepts, but just telling you how it goes like. Okay. So I'll do it once again. See, when I press enter, you can see that it is following the tab. What basically means, it basically means that I'm within for loop. So if you want to come out of for loop, you need to press backspace. Everyone, backspace, right? Understand this thing, backspace. No, it can be negative, right? So it can be negative. Okay. It is consecutive, but we can change the sequence, right? So it's like 5, 10. So what does it means? It starts from 5, ends at n minus 1, right? So range function, it is going to generate numbers. It is going to start from 5, and always remember, guys, n minus 1. Now, if you want to give colon is a syntax. Saxena, there is a question from you that what is colon for? Colon is the syntax of Python, right? I'll just show you. Okay, see, uh, here we are talking about indentation, guys. Okay, I'm just going to give you a 2 minutes lecture on indentation. Okay. So when I say class car, or okay, for int I equals to 1, I less than equals to 10, I plus plus. Let's say some print I, right? Now this thing and this thing both are same. For x in range 10, print x. Observe the indentation, right? We cannot put curly brackets here, right? Right? We cannot put curly brackets, right? And if you want to understand indentation more further, I'll give you example like this: A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Everyone, observe this, observe the indentation. In this example, you need to observe who is within who, right? So who is enclosing itself within whom, right? You need to understand this thing. So here, this is A. Now, because B has an indentation from left, that basically means that B is within A. And this C is within the indentation of B, right? And this D is also in the same indentation. So this means this C and D are within B. E is at the indentation of A, and F is not without an indentation. So F is outside A. So guys, can I ask you who are the children of A? Okay, yes. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I can see the responses. Everything is going good. Direct children of A is B and E. Good, good. And who are the direct children of B? Direct children of B? CD, absolutely. And can I ask you who are the root values here? Who are the root values? Root values. A and F, true. A and F, yes. That's absolutely true. I can see the response in the chat window, and I can assure you that 99.9% people are answering right. That's true. Thank you. Okay. So this is going good. This is going good. I hope everybody is understood with this for loop, right? And we can customize it further. But for better customization, I encourage you to go with the while loop. So in the next demo, I'm going to show you the while loop here, right? So let's say we have something called meter. Meter equals to 1, while meter less than equals to 10, colon. Once again, guys, once again, you need to observe the syntax, right? So stick to syntax. Stick to syntax. That's what you are supposed to do, right? While meter is less than equals to 10, print meter is meter, meter plus equals to 1. Okay. Now observe everyone. I'm for getting out of the loop, I'm going to press backspace. For getting out of the loop, I'm going to press backspace. See, right now I'm out of the loop. Print while loop finished. Okay, shift enter. Observe the thing, guys. Observe the behavior. Observe the behavior. Observe the indentation, right? How it is working. Observe the behavior and observe the indentation. The meaning of meter plus equals to 1 is meter equals to meter plus 1, right? So what we are doing, we are basically incrementing the value of meter. If we don't do that, meter will not reach 10 in its life cycle. So it will be infinite loop because meter will always remain 1, right? So there's a question from AL, what is plus equals to, right? So it's like append, kind of. Asim, you said meter plus plus, but unfortunately, meter plus plus is not plus plus, that is unary operator, which is not supported in Python. So we don't have plus plus here. Instead of that, we do plus equals to. Okay, everyone, participants, can I confirm, is this syntax of a while loop is clear to all of you? I'll give you some one more example here, right? I'll give you one more example here. I'll take an example of, let's say, accept 3 numbers and add them all, right? So here in this demonstration, I'm going to show you how you can accept 3 numbers and I can add them all, right? So as per your statement, meter equals to plus is not valid. It should be meter plus equals to. So here I'm just going to give you one more example here. Sum equals to 0 or total I'll take. Okay. For count in range 3. So here you can observe that this is going to generate 0, 1, 2, and count is going to be 0, 1, and 2. I'm not using count. Num equals to input. Enter a number. So you can see here, I'm accepting the number from a user. And if you remember that whatever we input from a user is by default in string form or in character form. So we need to convert that in string form into integer form. That's why I am using integer function here, right? Because strings cannot be added, right? Okay. So whatever I'm going to input is going to inside num. So I'll just show you, right? Just like this, 10, 20, 30. See, it asked me for input 3 times, right? Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the number in total, right? I'm just keeping it simple, everyone, right? So whatever number I'm going to accept is going to store inside total, right? And then see, observe guys, I'm going to press backspace for getting outside of the loop, because right now there is one indent from the left. Right now there is one indent from the left, so that means I'm within the loop, right? So I'm gonna press backspace. Print total is total. So let's show you how it is working. 10. Okay, I'm going to take 2. I'm going to take 2 once again. I'm going to take 2 once again. So it says 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, like that. Okay. So guys, this was a small demonstration on how we can use loop for solving our daily problems. We generally use loops for values, for activities which keeps on repeating or which are recurring, right? So for those kind of scenarios, we can use loops here. So guys, just wanted to confirm, is this concept clear till here, everyone? I know that some of you have, most of you have already covered some part, but just going with the mass, right? Just going with the mass. But there are a lot of questions which are asking for me for some custom problems. But guys, I'm telling you, right? When you learn list, tuples, and dictionary, those questions will be automatically solved. I'm telling you. In case if your answer question is like indented for loop, so yeah, keep on indenting, right? For x in range 10, right? For y in range 10, right? So keep on indenting, right? Just keep on indenting. So you can see a nested for loop, how it is going like, right? So just telling you. Okay. Now I'm just proceeding further, right? And while I'm doing the practicals, your question will be automatically answered. Just allow me, right? Manish, in that case, it is good to go with the list as per your question. All right. So coming back to the list, guys, right? Coming back to the list, there are a lot of questions which are coming on the way. Okay. Arvind, there is no do while loop in Python, right? Yeah. See, guys, whatever you are asking is possible, right? Whether it is incrementing the value or decrementing the value or adding the two values, or just doing whatever you want, because we are learning Python. Python is such sensitive that it has almost all the solutions that you're talking about. All right. So I'll just proceed further, right? I hope everyone will understand and will have answers on the way, right? So you'll have answers on the way. Because we need to learn this list. The reason why, because when you're doing data analytics or machine learning, when you're reading the data sets, right? So generally you get all the values from those huge data sets in the form of list, tuples, or dictionaries. So you need to cope up with these data structures. And with the coming practicals, we'll have a lot of loop demonstrations once again. All right. So guys, coming back to this thing, right? Creating a list. So as I have given you here, we have a list here, fruits. I hope everybody is active till here, right? Okay. So we have a list here. It contains some elements here: apple, mango, banana, and cherry, right? And I've printed the list here. So this is fruits. So it is printing. But you can see here that if I print this output, it is not user friendly, right? Because it is containing some codes here, it is containing the square brackets here. So I cannot show this output to the user, because when you are giving the output to the user, the same output, he will be confused exactly why I'm getting all these codes and square brackets. So let's print the values of a list, right? So printing the values of a list, right? So I'm going to show you exactly how you can print the values of a list in a friendlier way, right? So how you can do that. For that, I'm going to use for loop once again, right? So here for loop to the rescue, guys. So I'm going to, item in fruits, right? So see guys, just observe this syntax here. What this for loop is going to do is, it is going to extract all the values from fruits, and that too one by one, right? One by one. It's going to extract the values from the loop one by one. And it is going to, assign the values to the item object. And don't get confused if I say X here, F here, or item here, right? So the variable name can be anything. Don't get confused. It's just a holder, right? It's just a holder. And then I'm going to print the item here, right? Just to confirm that it is printing individually. So I've added input function, right? This is just a pause to show you that it is happening one by one, right? See, apple, mango, banana, and cherry. Can you see that, right? So it is happening one by one. And without that, okay, my kernel just got crashed. Let me restart it. I'll just restart, right? I stopped getting output actually. All right, let's see. Okay. Okay, just a moment, guys. I'll just recreate. Okay, so here it goes like. Okay, so it is done, right? So can you see the for loop here, how it is being used here for extracting the values of a list? Everyone, just confirm me, guys. Is it clear what is happening here? See, guys, you need to visualize that all the values will be assigned to item object one by one, right? It will not happen in front of your eyes. It happens in memory. You just need to have that visualization in your brains that, okay, that's how it behaves like. So guys, here, why we are sitting here? We are sitting here not only to learn, but to understand the behavior, right? You need to understand behavior as well. Okay, so I'll just proceed further. Okay, I have a question here, right? I'll just Anant, you asked me that do we have to use input? Anant, you don't have to use input, right? Because when I'm using a for loop, it suddenly it prints the values all of a sudden, like it's a bang, right? So just wanted to show you the behavior sequentially, right? Okay, see, it is assigning. See, it is printing. It's printing. It's printing. So that's why for that pause I used input. That's just a demonstration to show you, right? So it's not at all. You're not required to use it. Yes, Ravindra, can word item be replaced by any other word? Yes, it can be. List can be edited, right? So basically, or list is mutable. What does it mean? So I'm just going to show you here, right? So let's say fruits at one index we have mango, and I'm going to change the value of one index from mango to, let's say, peach. Right? I hope that is a fruit. Yeah, hi Madhuri, item is just a placeholder. Yeah, we can use any variable, right? So it can be X, Y, Z, A, B, C, right? So a lot of, whatever. Okay. So guys, am I successful, right? Did I change the index one value? Yeah, okay, yes. Yes, I can change, right? So this is something which is beautiful, right? So this is beautiful. So that's how, we work, right? That's how we edit, right? And I'm going to show you a more detailed explanation here, right? I'll just proceed further. As I told you in the beginning, that I'll be doing a list comprehensively. So let's go further, right? All right. Yeah. So here, let's do some more action and list. All right. Okay. So here, guys, creating a blank list, right? Okay. Yeah, Kishore, I'm going to answer your question, right? I'm going to answer your question. Creating a blank list here, right? So I have a list here called colors. See how beautiful is that? That's how we create a blank list, right? Colors equals to square bracket. So this is a blank list here. So if I print colors here, I'm not going to see anything apart from that square bracket. So this is something that I have till now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, call a function called append, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add red here. So append is a function, right? Used to add values. Right? It's a function used to add values in a list, right? So if I do, now you can see that it is showing me the values, right? So it is able to show me the values in a list. So you can see that I've added the colors. Now let's add some more colors here. Append, let's say green. So it is going to add green in the list and append blue. So it is going to append blue here. And I'm going to print it here. So you can see here. So just now what we have learned about a function called append. Append is a function which is used to, remove the value. Oh, sorry, append the values, like that. Yeah, Raj, there's a question from Raj. He says that what is the difference between append and extend, right? So I'm just going to answer this question. And the question says that what is the difference between append function and extend function? So let's see it here. More colors. So here we have one more list here, more colors, and I'm going to add, let's say, cyan, and the beautiful one teal, and the pink, and finally maroon, right? So we have more colors here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call a function called extend, right? More colors. Oops, colors, right? I'm missing S here. What extend does, see, extend function is used to add list in a list, whereas append is used to add a value, a scalar value, right? Can you see here, right? So I've added the extend, right? Okay. So Kishore, your doubt is actually right. Your statement is right that append list to list extends appends a list to a list, and append function adds a scalar value. Yeah, thank you, Amit Gupta. Thank you very much. That's really helps, a lot. Okay. Okay, things are getting, lengthy. Things are getting, it's going to be a lot of things coming on the way. So what we have learned till now, we have learned append, we have learned extend. Now what we can do is colors dot insert one index. I'm going to push here something beautiful, so that should be black colors. So you can see here at one index, I'm able to push a color, and that is black. So yeah, we have one more function called insert. You know what insert does? Insert adds a value at a given index, right? So it's like that. So insert adds a value at a given index. So we have three ways of adding the values. We can use append, we can use extend, and we can use insert, right? So generally, I try to stick to one or two methods, for the same particular activity. But we have, n number of things. But generally confuses the participants who are new or who are the beginners. So, in case if you can understand one out of three, that really will work, right? It will work. Fine. And you need to give time, right? You're supposed to give time to these concepts to, get into your brain, or, get into the functioning mode, right? Uh, yes, Arvind, can we insert multiple values at the same time using insert? You can add a list. You can supply a list in the insert function for adding multiple values. So guys, just wanted to confirm, is everything is going okay? Is there any nausea feeling? Okay, thank you, Reshma. Thank you. That's really helps me, right? Okay. Okay, that's great. That's great. That's great. Thank you, Srikant. I'll proceed further, right? A bit. I'll proceed further. I'm going to, add a new notebook here. So more activities on list here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, create some more demonstrations here. Just be with me, right? So this time I'm going to, colors, right? And I'm going to create a list here: red, green, blue, orange, uh, teal, and cyan. Right. Okay. Now, now in this demonstration, let's say if you want to remove something, right? Colors dot remove. So I'm going to remove red, and if I print the color, so you can see here that the red has been removed, right? Can you see that? Right. So we can do that. So colors dot remove. Right? So it's for removing the values. And apart from that, we can do colors dot pop. Right. Once again, pop removes the values last and first out kind of thing. Remember? Cyan. Right. Colors. So it basically removes, right? You can see here the the sign is not anymore in the list. Okay. Does that remove all the matches? No, it searches for the first occurrence, right? Okay. Okay. So there are a lot of questions which are coming, right? Say if list has multiple values of same type, which we remove. The first occurrence, Pawan. A lot of questions here. Okay, good. Okay, I'm just proceeding further, getting the length of list here. So print the length of list is, I'm going to use the similar function that is colors here. You can see here the length of remove is the length of colors is 4. Mazhar, you cannot do like that, right? So you need to use a loop for that, for your question. Yes, we can remove color, right, by index. So for that, remove object via index. I'm going to use del, right, colors, del one, sorry, colors 10 colors. You can see here, I'm using a keyword called del, right? So this basically asks for the index, right? And so I've removed the green one. It follows the same array, same array terminology that all the values start from, the first value starts from 0 index, right? So it's like that. So when I print the colors after deleting the 0 index value, you can see that I'm no longer getting the green, right? I'm getting the color blue, right? Like that. Okay. Guys, there are a lot of questions which are coming, right? So let me not lose the balance of the flow. Let me not lose the balance of the session, right? So I don't want to go random suddenly, right? So let's follow the sequence here. Definitely, I'll be answering your questions. Nagaraj, the rollback is not supported, right? It's not supported. Guys, I just wanted to confirm everyone. So like, are we okay till here, everyone? Are you getting exactly how to do various operations? Okay, that's good. Thank you, everyone. Okay, that's great. Okay, I encourage that in case if you can do the practicals parallelly, it will be a great help, right? It will be a great thing, but sometimes it may slow down. Right? It's fine. Thank you, Noble. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the in operator, right? In operator. If orange in colors, print wow, found orange, else not in. So there is something called n operator, right? So n is basically used in for as well, and n is used for checking the existence of a given value in a given list. So what this expression basically means? This expression basically means that we are checking whether the value orange is present in the colors list or not. Here's the list. Here's the values of colors. So when I hit enter, so it says orange found. So because obviously orange is there, right? So it's like that. So we can use the in operator, right, for that. So can we read values in the list using a for loop? Yes, Srikanta, we have already done that. Just for your revision, I'm going to do this, right? So see how we have read all the values from the list. Apart from that, it supports if item equals to orange, right? Great. So it supports all those keywords that you have learned. Like we have continue, we have break. So we can do that, right? We can do this. Okay, so there's a question from Sanjay. He says that can we count the number of duplicate values? Yes, we can do that, right? So for that, I'm going to give you another demonstration. So count number of values, right? So for that, I'm just going to give you another demonstration. So in this case, I'm going to take, let's say, fruits once again, right? Let's stick to the same examples: apple, mango, cherry, and apple once again, right? Okay, fruits dot count apple. So we have something called count function here, everyone, right? So this was asked by one of the participants, like, can we count the values, right? He said duplicate, but let's see. So we have count function here, and count basically is going to ask you what value you want me to count in a given list. So I said apple. So here we have apple repeated twice. So the answer is 2, like that. So we can do that. So Sanjay, I hope this is going to answer your question, right? Okay, thank you, Sanjay. Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to give you one more demonstration. Finally, let's say here, dynamic memory, right? So dynamic addition, right? So many participants ask me, like, can we add values dynamically in a list or not, and how we are going to do that. Vinith, there's a question from you that why some functions have syntax variable dot function. Vinith, the thing is that in Python, everything is an object of some class, right? So we don't have, some structures or, non-object members here, right? Everything is an object of some class. So that's why what you're thinking as a variable is not a variable, it's a function. So that's why we can call, sorry, it's an object, it's an object. So once again, Vineet, what you're thinking of as a variable is not a variable, it's an object of some class. So basically, we are calling a function from an object, right? It's like that. For AI, for that, you need to apply the code logic here. You need to apply some algorithm for finding the specific without specifying the values, right? So it will be difficult for me to apply the same logic because it's going to consume a lot of time, and I'm still pending with some more topics to cover, right? I hope you'll be able to do that with some basic programming. Okay. So guys, in this demonstration, I'm going to show you exactly how you can use a list to dynamically add the values. And what I'm going to do is, uh, okay, shopping list. So I'm going to create a shopping list here, right? So here we have a list here which is blank, and this is cart, right? And it is blank. I'm going to run a loop here for finite number of times, right? So this is a finite number of times. You can design a loop which runs infinitely, right? So that is also possible using a while loop also. So I'm going to, product. I'm going to accept enter your choice. I'm going to, accept the product detail from here, right? And I'm going to append that product in my cart. So guys, observe here, everyone, what I've done. I'm going to run this loop 5 times. That means I'm going I'm willing to accept 5 inputs from the user. Initially, I've created a blank list, right? And I'm going to accept input from the user. Whatever the user is going to enter is going to be stored inside product. And whatever the value is in product is going to be appended or added into the cart, right? So this is the master line, right? This is the master line. You need to observe this. Yeah, both are same subject as per your question. Both are same. And I'm going to press backspace for coming out of the loop. So print user has added length cart. So this makes sense, isn't it? So don't you think that this statement makes sense? And I'm using a length function here for getting the length of, or for getting the number of values in a card. So user has added number of values that I'm retrieving using the length function in the cart, right? Okay. Print following are the values, are the products. So what are the products user has added? So for item in cart, print item. So it is going to print all the items here. No, it will not give out of bound error AI. It will not give. Right? It's dynamic in nature. So guys, I'm going to proceed further and I'm going to show you output. Then I'll ask you if you have any doubts, right? So see, this loop is running for the first time. Enter your choice is coming here. /n is for line break. Whatever I'm going to enter is going to be stored inside product, and that product is going to be added in the cart. So it's like this. So let's say we have Dell laptop, right? Enter choice. So this time, let's say hi, I have OnePlus. Oops, I added T. Okay, so enter choice for the third time. So this time I'm going to have, let's say, a Philips music player. This time I'm going to have, let's say, okay, membrane power bank. And finally, right? So finally, what we can have? We can have what we can have Casio edifice, right? So this is going to be, adding in the cart. And what it says, user has added 5 items. That's absolutely true. And following other products, the laptop, OnePlus, Philips, Embraer, Casio edifice. So this shows, a kind of shopping cart simulation. And thanks to the list, right? Thanks to the list, because list is dynamic in nature and list supports various data types, and I can add values, right? Himadri, he says that can't we directly print cart instead of for loop? So yes, Himadri, we can do that. We can simply write print cart, but that prints a cart in a technical way, right? Including the square brackets in the codes. So we don't want user to see that. Right. So Ravindra, okay. Srikant, what if the user buys only 2 products, right? So yes, see, custom solutions can be given, right? This code, this snippet is not entirely foolproof snippet. For anything that, for your every if, we need to have if into my snippets as well, right? So I'm not going into that. Sujit, there's a question from you. He says that how do I know whether the list is empty or not? It's simple, right? You can simply check the length for the beginners. Okay. Is it possible to show options as enter choice 1, enter choice 2? Yes, it is possible. You can simply write here, you can simply write here x plus 1, right? So, and so it is going to, print enter choice 1, enter choice 2 like that, right? So that's how it goes like. Okay. So guys, in that case, if len product, there's a question like from Sanjay Kakkar. He says that can we put some kind of constraint that no blank to be inputted, right? Like that. So in that case, we can put a condition like this. So if the length of product is 0, that means the user has entered blank. Simply continue, right? Don't append the value in the cart. So I hope that answers your question, Sanjay. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. We can do that, right? We can do whatever you want, guys. But in the beginning sessions, generally I try to create a strong foundation and customization something that I'm willing to do, right? Once the strong foundation has been laid. Suptic says, is list exactly same as array? No, right? When we talk about general arrays are something which are rigid about their data types, right? Array do not allow multiple data types in their collection, whereas list allows multiple data types in the same list, right? So you can add integers, strings, both at the same time. Arrays are length bounded, means like once you define the length of your array, you cannot reinitialize it or extend it or squeeze it, but we can do this thing in list. So these are some of the differences that we have between arrays and list. There are more, but I'm just you know keeping the pace, just saving my some minutes and hours for my upcoming topics. So Soptek, I hope this answers your question. Yeah, we can do list comprehension today, right? Nivas, we can do that. Okay. Thank you, everyone, right? Okay, Ramesh says list and list example. All right. We can do that, right? So like list and list, right? So how we can do that? So I'm going to, household items equals to TV, refree, chair, geyser, and then we have, let's say, a table, and let's say we have lamp. So in that case, for X for list in household underscore items, for item in list, print item. See, Ramesh, just for you, right? Okay, Ramesh has had a question. He's asked me that how you can, work on a list within a list. So just try to do something here. So when you're working on list in a list, basically, you're supposed to do a nested loop so that you can extract. In the first loop, you extract the list, and in the second loop, you extract the items from the list, right? Say, I got list. Okay. Okay, thank you, Ramesh. You can see here, right? So what you're getting in the list, first of all, right? In case if you're not understood, right? If you're not understood what you are getting for the first time. So I got what? See, TV, refrigerator, chair. So you got the whole list, right? You got the whole list. And then from this list, from this whole list, you're extracting the items, right? So it is TV, referee, and chair. So that's how these two loops are being used. Avyankush is asking me, can we have auto prompt to avoid typing mistakes? So it's like this, house. Okay, and come on. Okay, that's here. So in order to avoid typing mistakes, what we can do is we can simply write some initial letters like this, and we can press tab in our keyboard, and boom, like that. So that's how we can autocorrect, right? So the master key is tab key, right? After typing some initial letters. So guys, I hope everyone is up and alive, right? So can I see some responses, right? So guys, how is the Josh right now? Let's see what responses I see. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Everything is going good. Thank you. All right. So that really motivates me, right? That really motivates me. So thick strings are immutable by nature, right? So list in a list, you can update a list as an item, but you can update an individual string. right? The memory value. So when we talk about immutable and mutable, we don't talk about the values. It's about the updations in the memory, right? So in strings or even in list, a new memory is allocated. So that's how it becomes immutable or mutable. Okay, here is a question. This is highlighted because list is actually a built-in keyword or a function. So that's why it is highlighted. I should not be using some built-in keywords, but those are allowed sometimes, or mostly actually. So Surisha, your concern is right. So we can, change it to some other variable like X or Y. Thank you. Everyone is helping me, right? So guys, in case if you can answer the questions in the chat window, please do so. That will help me in covering more topics here. Let's proceed further. Okay. I'm going to show you some more demonstrations here on tuples now because I'm low on time. Please allow me to proceed further, right? And I hope everybody, guys, I'm just going to take help from my last session. Do you remember that when I told you about the Python strings, I told you some expressions like this, right? All these expressions are possible in list as well, right? All these expressions are possible. Yeah, true, slicing. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. All these expressions are possible and in list as well and behaves in the same way. So I request everyone here to please experiment and try all the expressions in the list as well, and they will behave the same way and you'll see the same output, right? So just have this thing in your mind as a you can say assignment, or you can say the activity to be done later, right? Okay, thank you everyone for your active cooperation. Now here I'm going to proceed further with tuples, guys. This is tuples, right? Tuples are collections only, but read only, right? So tuples are collections only, but read only. So suppose I have example called days, Sunday, Monday, and then we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the very beautiful day, Saturday. All right, so it's here, days. See, this is a tuple. What is the identification, guys? The parenthesis here, this is the identification. If you want to see technically, I can show you technically as well. See what it says. In the last session, I told you about the type function. Remember, type function is basically used to check the type of particular object. So it is tuple. Now, what is the problem with tuple? The problem with tuple is that you cannot edit the values, right? It's read only. So what it's like? So let's say days. I'm trying to change Sunday to fun day, right? So, okay, that was nice. So I'm trying to change Sunday to fun day. So let's see. Oops. You can see that here that tuple object doesn't support item assignment, right? So why we are getting this error? Because read only, right? We cannot edit the values, right? It's read only. Days dot. See, we don't have okay, this is a list, right? This is a list. So we don't have functions here in tuple. Can you see? We don't have append, we don't have extend, we don't have remove. Can you see that? Why? Because tuples is read only, right? Okay. So I'll simply yeah, I'll answer your question, AI. You say that we have list. Why do we need to use tuples, right? I'll answer you that. Okay. Thanks. Okay. So the question is, why tuples when beautiful list is there? So here is the answer, guys. Right. Here is the answer. Right. For study value declaration, that's true. It is faster. Amit, you are absolutely right. Tuples are generally faster, but read only can be a constraint. No, Himadri, that's not right. Right. To fix the values, I'll give an example here. Right. So suppose we have a shopping portal, right? Right. So we have a shopping portal. Let's say it can be Amazon.in, let's say, right? Okay, so here you are required to develop application, right, for internal team to add, modify, and update products, for affiliates to sell products. It can be, there can be example of, let's say, okay, which website does that thing, right? So let's say some xyz.com. Okay, so guys, if you observe this scenario here, right? So let's say, just giving a simple example so that you can understand, right? Obviously, at the production, this is not exactly does fits, but it will clear the concept here, right? Okay, we cannot sort tuple, Asim. We cannot, right? We can sort list, but we cannot sort tuple. Those are read only. We can sort tuple when we can when we convert tuple into list, and then we can sort, right? So this is possible. So guys, just coming to this example. Okay, what should be the type of products? So you have a shopping portal, Amazon.in, right? And you are required to develop applications for your internal team, right? Your Amazon team, where the Amazon team is able to add, modify, and update products, and to your affiliates, where the products will be sold. But obviously, the affiliates are not supposed to do any manipulation or modifications in the products. So in what form you are going to deliver the data, right? So the question is that in what form you are going to deliver the data to different teams here. So the question is, what should be the type of what should be the type of products in that case? Yeah, Piyush, that's what I'm trying to say here, right? So in case if you want that security constraint, right? If security feature. So if you are giving the products to your internal team, right, so that they can update and modify the products, in that case, I suppose that you must use list in that case. So when you use list, so you can update the products. But affiliates, right? Affiliates are people who are external, right? Who are aliens. So aliens are not supposed to do any intervention with the property of Amazon. So in that case, the affiliates must be given tuples in that case. So this is one of the example, right? Just to clear you exactly what can be the scenario where a list is good, and what can be the scenario where the tuples are good, right? Soptic, that's absolutely true. Thank you. So guys, is the situation or the context clear about the usage of these two? Sanjay, there is no difference as such, but tuples are internally faster because of no manipulation. So it's going good. I'll proceed further. And all the conventions are same, right? For D in days, print D. So you can see here the conventions are same, right? Tuples are heterogeneous, that's true. Because tuples allocated fixed memory and no changes are allowed. So the traversal means the visiting of elements is faster in that case. Items equals to ABC. A, B, items 0, A equals to Z. Items. See, Salai, what we have done here, as per your questions, right? I can edit the items of list in a tuple, right? I can edit the items list. That's true, because it is a nature of list that those are editable. But if you you cannot you cannot modify the whole list here, right? The concern is not about updating the individual list. The concern is about updating the whole item here. So let's say if I try to do like this, items 0, right? Okay, this is going to update the same thing. See, it updated the list, right? It updated the list, but I'm not able to update the zero index value, right? Can you observe this? I cannot update the zero index value. It is updating the list only. So still it remains uneditable. All right. Yes, Mazhar, it accepts the data of any data, number of followers, value, the number of. Thank you, Salai. Thank you very much. So, guys, there is nothing more that can be done in tuples, right? There is nothing more, and I'll do some few more things here. Okay, okay. My days equals to list days, right? And here you can see that I've converted right. You can see that I've converted a tuple into a list using the list function, and now I can make the changes in the individual elements, right? Not in the whole list I'm talking about in case of tuples. And finally, the sorting method is also there. Okay, t equals to. Okay, what happened to this? D. And I'm trying to sort the list, right? So this was something which was missing in the list demonstration. Why is it saying? Okay, okay, got it. My days dot sort, and then my days. Is it okay? SWFMSTT. Yeah, sorted. Great. So you can see that the list has been sorted as per the first character of the list, right? So this was something which was pending from the list demonstration. So thankfully I got to cover it. And there's a question from Nivas. What is the meaning of nested loops? So Nivas, the nested loops basically means a loop within a loop, right? So if you create a loop within a loop, it's called nested loop. Okay. So shall we proceed further, guys? Is everything clear till here? Yeah, sorted is also true. Richa, your is also good. Right. Okay, thank you, Subrat. Thank you. We are getting closer to the end of session, right? And I hope everybody is, learning things here. Okay, fruits equals to apple, mango, banana, and cherry. Right? There are a lot of questions about sorting, so I'm just taking the sorting part. Sort fruits. I think it goes cool, right? Everyone, you can see the things are sorted now, right? Might be I must have used some upper and lower case characters previously, so because of that confusion came. But with this example, the sorting must be clear. Yeah, true, Ashwin, true. So guys, I'm just proceeding further. I'm assuming that everyone has understood, right? And I hope my assumption is okay with the mass. It is a little difficult for for me to answer all the questions in the given period of time, but I'll try my best to be maximum as possible as I can. Okay. Now in the next demonstration, I'm going to demonstrate the dictionaries part here. Oh, there are a lot of questions here. Raj, the sorting depends on the case of character. That's true. Okay. Srisa, okay, I've answered this question. Yeah, Reshma, as you said, capital letter SK value is lower than the lowercase. Yes. So capital A is 65 and lowercase small a is 97, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yeah. For remaining questions, for if there are like if or there are a lot of if, right? So for that, I encourage you to do the practical, right? Because if I do the same, it is going to consume a lot of time. Ravindra, for converting a tuple into a list, you're going to use a list function, right? So it's like the list tuple here, right? And receive here kind of thing, right? Like that, a short expression. Getting error. You can, Muralidharan, there is a reverse function for that. You can use reverse function after sorting. Getting error like convertible to list. Okay, there is a, okay. Phylumbica. In case if you're getting the error, make sure that you executed all the above cells, right, of the Jupyter. It happens. Students or participants generally sometimes don't execute the cell and they use the object in the next cell. So just verify that. Okay. Dictionary, guys. So here goes the dictionary, and there's a question how to convert list to tuple. So in that case, it's like this tuple, and your list goes here, and you receive the tuple here, right? So this is how we convert our list to tuple. Yes, yes, please go ahead. Okay, I answered your question. Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Let's proceed further. Right. Okay, dictionary, guys. Dictionary is one of my favorite topics here. Dictionary is basically is used to manage keys and values. So this is how we use dictionaries to manage the keys and values. Thank you, Rajesh, for that GK. Right. Thank you. Okay, let's proceed further. Okay, everyone. So here we have a dictionary, right? Print lang, and here it goes like. So it's beautiful, a dictionary, right? We have a lot of dictionaries here, and in further demonstrations, you'll be learning how to manage the keys and values separately and how to go through the keys and values, right? So I'll just try to add one more. Okay, let's go through the loop here, right? So let's see, when we iterate through a loop, right? When we iterate through a dictionary specifically, what we get in the item, right? So we need to understand the behavior, guys. Right? Okay. Print item. So let's see what we get, guys. 1, 2, and 3. Let's get started. So, guys, any idea what we get by default here? So, are we getting the keys or the values? That's true. Keys. True. So, guys, you need to understand the behavior, right? Understand the behavior exactly. How code behaves, right? So we are not here only to learn code. We are here to understand the behavior of Python, right? So understand the behavior. That's the thing that we are supposed to learn here. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now one more expression. Okay. One more expression. So this time I'm going to do lang cn. Let's see what it does. Let's understand this expression. Oh, it returns the value, right? That's true. Devanjan, you're right, right? That is also there. Okay. Ravindra, make sure that days is there in memory, means you have initialized or executed the days. Kind of, Rajesh. Fine. So it's going good. So what I'm going to do is for key in lang, right? Print key. So you can see here it is printing the key. What if I use that key like this according to the above expression? According to the above cell expression, right? This expression, what if I use that key like this, right? So I think this makes sense, isn't it? So this makes sense here. So this time, don't get confused, guys. Any name can be here. It's just variable, right? So don't get confused if I use lang or if I use a key like that. So it's one and the same thing. Okay, so it is printing the values here, right? So it's like that. So if I do like this, right? So key. So guys, can you answer me exactly what is the expected output this time? E in English, key in value, that's true. FR French, E in English, and so on, that's true. Ravindra, I need to verify your right. just be with me, right? I'll try my best. Thank you, everyone. Right, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, this is beautiful, right? This is beautiful. It is going good. Now, in the next demonstration, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a standard way of retrieving the key and values both. Right. So let's look at the standard way of calling the keys and values, right? So how we do that? So in that case, what we are going to do is for key comma v, that is key comma value, right? It's like that. In lang.items, right? There's a function called items, right? What item does, it returns the key and value both, right? It returns a key and value both. So take a list cannot be a key, right? So if they ask me, can key be a list? Can key be a list or a collection? A key has to be immutable. A key cannot be immutable, right? So it's like constraint. Coming back to the items function. So this function, the items function, returns key comma value. So as per the expression, the key and value is supposed to be stored inside k and v. So if I print k comma v, so you can see here, it is printing the same thing, right? So it's like that. So here we have successfully, completed this part. We have extracted the value and we have printed the value. And okay, just wanted to confirm, guys. Uh, uh, are you getting what is happening here, guys? Mostly, guys, what is happening here? Can you confirm me? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, that's great. That's great. That's great. Everyone, right? Pixel 3, that because you joined late, right? I'm really sorry, like for that, but I hope the recordings will help you. Thank you, Kirti. Thank you very much. This is the second class, Mr. Pixel. Okay. Naveen, okay. Fine. Yeah, Ravi, I'll share the workbooks with the upGrad team, and definitely they're going to help you. Yes, I'll try my best, right? Thank you for telling me, right? I'll keep that thing in mind. Okay, Sanjay Kumar. Sanjay, okay, so Sanjay has a question. What is this items function? Items function returns keys and values one by one. So what it is going to return? So it's like EN English, FR French, CN Chinese, right? Now just imagine for key comma V in, and if I do like this. So if I do like this, so first this is going to be assigned in K and V, and then this is going to be assigned in K and V, and then this is going to be assigned in K and V, right? It's like this, right? And don't get confused about these variables. Variables name can be anything, right? Variables name can be anything. So generally I use the similar terminology, the similar naming convention, that the key, if this variable is holding key, so I should name it K, and if this variable is holding V, I should name it V. So I'm just following the general naming convention here. Yes, Sanjay, item is a built-in function. That's true. As such, no sorting is present, Shivani Anand. It's just holding the keys and value. That's why. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you very much. Okay, coming back to my dictionary here, right? Okay. Now, guys, I'm not adding much content here. Vishnu, you can. How can I find syntax in notepads based on values? I'm not getting a question, Vishnu. What you can do is, like, if you want to add some more values, you can simply put this line lang, let's say TL equals Telugu, right? And simply lang. So you can see that the Telugu has been added in the dictionary. So you can use this expression to add the value, right? Add the values in dictionary later, right? So in case if you're interested, in adding some more values. And one more thing, guys. Okay, I'll give you some example here. Let's say if we have a table, right? So if we have a table, uh, how to use list, right? So if you have a table, let's say one Ram manager, two Sham programmer. So let's imagine that we have a table here in some RDBMS, right? And this is a table called employee, right? And how are you going to represent this thing in Python? So in Python representation would be like employee one Ram manager, and then the second row will be added like to Sham, and he's a programmer. So guys, you can see here that how list is comfortably and perfectly suits the structure of a table in RDBMS, right? So things make better sense when you use them with something that is there in production environment, or that is there in the real life sense kind of thing, right? So when you are into let's say object-oriented programming with me, right? So when you will be learning object-oriented programming, so things will make more sense, right? So how things like tuple, list, or dictionary gonna fit better with examples, right? So just giving a small example here with this RDBMS structure, assuming that you are aware of RDBMS and tables. So you can easily understand that how this Python list DS helps in fitting that data, right? The Bharti, this supports many functions, but not all. Sanjay, for ensuring the unique values as per your questions, you need to apply some, you can use the in operator, and that should be false always. Raj, thank you for that. All right, guys. So that's great. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Guys, just giving some quick tips here, right? Suppose there is a variable called gift here, and it says, let's say, life. And if I think I'm online. Sheesh.
Yeah,
Hey guys,
yeah, it's
where is
back. We
my
can see. Yeah, it's
chat window?
back. Yeah, it's back.
Guys, am I audible? Okay.
Okay, great.
Ashish, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are. You are. Yeah, you're back.
It feels like
You can continue, Rajan. I guess people, everyone can hear you and they can see your screen.
okay. I'm audible, right?
Yeah, yeah. Hello, Rajan.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. I guess your connection is your net, like the connection stable?
Yeah,
Cause
I think fine.
yeah,
Fine, let it be. So I'll just conclude the session, guys, right? I'll just conclude the session, right? I think we are at the end of this session now, right? I've completed all the topics here. Hopefully, I've made you learn also, right? In case if you have any questions, please do forward the questions to the grad team. They will definitely forward it to me, right? Apart from that, I will share every question practices, whatever I've done today, right? I encourage participants to just practice, right? And have a good evening, and stay happy, stay blessed, and I'll see you in my next session, right?
Yeah, thank you so much for this session, Rajan. It was very insightful, and I'm sure the learners must have, had learned good new things, and they have brushed upon the concepts. So also, yes, I have just broadcasted a poll for everyone, so you guys can, just fill that poll, and also at the end of this session, feedback form will be popping up. You just can fill that, and also just try to be as descriptive as you can. So in the last, we have one question which asks for your feedback. At least in 2-3 lines, you can mention how was it, and your comments, because it really helps us to improve every time we conduct these kind of session. And even we'll love to read your feedback. Rajan will be very motivated after reading what you guys have written. So please fill the feedback form at the end, everyone. And thank you so much for joining. Thanks, Rajan. Thanks for your time. And thanks, everyone.
Thank you. You were great support. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Rajan. Bye-bye. Good night, everyone. Bye.